I have had a number of people ask me where to get these tubs for Wicking-Tubs, and I've got some red ones. Why are there different colors? Where can you purchase the tubs? Well, unless you're in New York City, you should be able to find someone around you that out in the country that raises cows. What these are syrup tubs. We call them syrup tubs. They're protein tubs that are filled. These are about 20 inches tall and about 20 inches wide, maybe 24 inches tall. And they're filled with a syrup-based protein and mineral mix that cattle raisers feed their cows in the wintertime. I leave one out year-round, but mainly in the wintertime they need some supplemental protein. Hay is not enough, as a general rule, to really bring a cow through a winter real well. So you need some supplemental protein, and this is the way that a lot of cattlemen do it. So where do you get them? Find someone in your area that raises cows. Ask around. You'll have some friends. Yeah, I know somebody that's got a few cows. Find them. It depends on what time of year it is, but they will have they will probably feed something like this to their cows. It could be they feed something else. Could be they feed range cubes out of a sack, but that's pretty expensive. This is a pretty cheap way to do it, and a lot of cattlemen use these. These are my blackberries, but you can obviously put vegetables in them. I'll show you my collection of fruit trees that I have in them. There are orange ones, red ones, blue ones. These blue ones came from Tractor Supply. I've got a few cows, and I keep all my tubs. So I had a few of these, 5, 6, 7 of these. My neighbor had 10. My neighbor gave me 10 of them. The red ones and the orange ones I bought for $3 a piece. I went down to the feed store, my local feed store, talked to the owner at the feed store and asked him if he knew anybody. I knew he raised cows, but I also asked him if he knew anybody that had any tubs, any protein tubs. And he said, it's worth $3 for him to go out in his pasture and pick up all his empties. I guess it's what he did for me. And so I bought, for $3 a piece, I bought a bunch. All these blue ones were either mine from having fed my cows, or were given to me by my next door neighbor who has cows, and he uses these blue ones also. I was trying to color code so all the blackberries are blue. Anyway, find somebody that raises cows. When they come out, especially when they come out of a winter, even right now, this is the middle of the summer, they've got to have something to do with these tubs. Most of them will keep a few, but once they're through with it, they're not returnable. Some may be, these are not. These are, again, Tractor Supply. Since they're not returnable, the cattle guy's got to get rid of them somehow. And you may find a cattle guy that's got 50 of these things sitting back behind his barn. So they don't last forever. They'll last maybe 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows? I was told if you put some, I forget what it's called. I'll put it up on the screen. And rub those down with it, that it will protect, some type of plastic protectant, that they could last a lot longer. But I'd like to paint them maybe green, and so I've got one as an experiment that I painted green just to see how long the green would last. My point is, find somebody that raises cows, find a feed store, and just see if, first of all, if they'll give them to you. Do you have any empty tubs that I can take off your hands? I can take off your hands, right? And then if they say, well, I've got some, but I don't, and if it's going to be a pain for them, or say I'm willing to come out and get them, you don't have to bring them to me or whatever. I'll come out and meet you there and whatever. And and if they kind of balk at that, say I'll give you a couple of dollars a piece for them, or $1 a piece for them, or $3. Like I say, I gave $3. I've seen people giving $5 for them. Now, I will put a link below to some on Amazon. If you can't find any, look below for my link on Amazon. They do sell these things on Amazon. So These are about 18 to 20 gallons. I have found that, especially on blackberries, these Wicking-Tubs are amazing. This is my prima cane crop. Look at that. And this isn't a blackberry video, but I'm just showing you the value of of these tubs and making them right. It's a wicking tub. It's not just a tub with the holes drilled in the bottom where when you water it just goes right out. It's got a water reservoir in the bottom, a hole on the side, not on the bottom, one hole, and a reservoir in the bottom with some corrugated pipe. I've got two different kinds. These are the kind Mr. Leon builds up in Oklahoma, and then I've made some that are what I call a hybrid tub that I like better, and I'll link to that at the end of this video. But look at that blackberry is at least 1.25 inches long. That one is 1.25 inches long. They'll get a little bit bigger when they start turning black and start maturing. They'll relax a little bit, it won't be so tight. So that's going to be 1.5 inches blackberry. And I ate one the other day that ripened. These are the Prime Arc Freedoms, and it was amazing. It was everything I would want in a blackberry. Anyway, back to these. Cattleman has got them. Amazon has got them. So you'll need to contact somebody. Now you can do this in a tub that you would buy at the dollar store. You know, I would get a better one. I would get a good, like a Rubbermaid or something like that, but they're going to be $10, $11, $12 a piece for a good one. And you can lay your pipes down the bottom and drill your hole in the side, you know, like that. And you can make these out of those type tubs, just a plastic storage tote, easily. I mean, it would make just as good a one, maybe a better one than this, except the fact that these are so thick. The plastic on these are a lot thicker, and it's very likely that these would last longer, unless you get a good quality Rubbermaid, something like that. These are my fig trees. I'm gonna do another video in a little bit more in depth on the fig trees. Right now we're just doing tubs. That's another type of tub. This one is a lot thinner. This plastic one is very, very thick. It's about twice as thick as that blue one. It's about twice as thick, at least, as this red one. I mean, just the material. When I reach under there and feel that is thick material. It is very stout. And that's why I put my trees in it, because some of these fig trees I may leave in containers, and they may be here 10, 15 years. And I wanted a tub that would, you know, last for several years before I have to redo it. So that's why I used the orange ones on this. But again, what we're here for is telling you how to find tubs. Cattleman, Amazon, or use totes. And one of these days I'm going to build one out of a tote just to show you how easy it is. Probably easier because these are round and the pipes you put in them are long, and a tote would be better for that. You just put 2 or 3 rows of that corrugated pipe in the tote, and you're done. I would think it'd be much easier to do in a tote than it was to do in the round container. So if you can't find any of these, don't be discouraged. Go down and get you some good totes. If you're planning on longevity, get some good, maybe a Rubbermaid, something like that. Not just a Dollar General, Family Dollar tub, but get you a good tub. So that's where you find them. I've next time somebody asks the question, I'm just gonna send them a link to this video. So that's why I wanted to do it, because I've had to answer it at least 2 or 3 times a week probably. All right, that's it. Find you some tubs, make them into wicking tubs, and or use some of the totes. Either way, I think you'll like what you see. I think you'll like the garden that they produce, and I didn't see that. I believe he is black just about everywhere. Pretty good sized blackberry, about 1 inch long, a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's what a blackberry is supposed to taste like. I just made some of y'all mad because you don't have any. All right, that's it. We're not here for blackberries. We're here for show you about tubs. Although we've got some huge ones growing. Man, can't believe this crop, as a primocane crop. Very good. Make you some tubs and watch my blackberry videos if you ever want to put blackberries in containers and wondering if you can. Holy moly, watch my blackberry in container playlist, growing blackberries in containers. I'll put a link to it right about now. Do something like that. All right, we're gone.